Today we will start a new chapter. This already I have explained you. Okay, just lower your thumbs up. Chahiti or Natik Aswani, remove your thumbs. Okay. So good morning to all. Today we will learn about noun and its kinds. Okay. So when we want to know noun, we should know what is the definition of a noun or what are nouns. So here you can see what is a noun. So words which are used as names of persons, places, animals, things, and abstract ideas are called nouns. Now, abstract ideas are those ideas which you can feel, like hatred, happiness, sadness, jealousy, anger. They all come under the category of abstract ideas. If we want to define nouns in short, we can say that all naming words are nouns. Now we'll see the examples. So here are the examples. Person, baby, an animal, puppy, idea, an idea, freedom, thing, flower, and a place, city. So name of a person, place, animal, thing, and idea. These are the examples, and with these examples we can understand that the nouns are what? Nouns are naming words. Now we'll learn about kinds of nouns. There are different kinds of nouns. So the first one is a proper noun. What is a proper noun? Proper noun is a special name of a particular person, place, or thing. Okay, it's a particular name. Again, a proper noun always begins with a capital letter. Wherever you will find a proper noun, it will start with a capital letter only. Like if we are talking about person, it can be Ravi, Sheila, Akbar. But sometimes we have seen that there are many people or there are more than one people who has same name. But what is the difference? The difference is their surname. So again, that name becomes particular, like Ravi Sharma or Ravi Jain. So two different people are there. Okay, same like Delhi, London, Agra. Television, table, book. Now, television, table, book, they come under the category of common noun also. Suppose if I am talking about a special brand like Sony television, then that television is becoming what? Unique, or it's becoming particular. Same if I'm saying science book, math book. So that book is becoming particular book. That's why we have written here also table, chair, or television in proper noun. Now, in this exercise, you can see that one is common noun and one is proper noun. So, Kamla is name of a dancer. So, and it's written in capital. So, Kamla is what? Proper noun. Again, dancer is also a naming word. But dancer is a common noun. Why? Because here it is not mentioned about which dancer. It's a common word used as dancer. Right? So proper noun, again I'm saying it's a special name of a particular person, place, or thing. Next comes common noun. What is common noun? A common noun is the general ordinary name of a person, place, or thing. Like if I take example of boy, it's name of a person, and boy can name the name boy can be given to any and every boy. But if I am pointing a particular name, then it will become what? Proper noun. Same hospital, country, town. I went to the hospital. So I have not mentioned the particular name of the hospital. In general, I am saying that I went to the hospital. But if I say I went to Amrit Kaur Hospital, then I am telling the name of particular hospital. So when I say Amrit Kaur Hospital, then it is a proper noun. If I say I went to the hospital, so here hospital is your common noun. Same, give me a glass of water. Fetch me a glass of water. So water is common. If I'm saying give me mineral water, then I am telling about some particular water. So this is the difference between common noun and proper noun. So here you can see both nouns are given. Ram lives in a village. So Ram is what? Name of a person. Proper noun written in capital letter. Village, no particular name is given. It's a common word given, village. So village is here what? Common noun. Now coming to the third one is your collective noun. When a noun stands for a collection of persons or thing which is considered as one complete whole, then it is called a collective noun. Or you can say a collective noun is a name of a group of collection of similar persons or things which we considered as one complete whole. Like fleet of ships. Many ships altogether, what name we have given? Fleet. A team of cricketers. Individually, if we'll count, there are 11 players. But when we are considering it as a whole, it is a team. Same. Suppose 11 dancers are there in one group dance. So what do you say? Group of dancers. Instead of saying 11 dancers come here, what do we say? Group of dancers. Same. Many cattle together, we say herd of cattle. Many birds together, we consider as flock of birds. So now when you want to find out the collective noun, how will you find? See, example is given, I saw a bunch of flowers. So bunch is here collective noun and flowers is what? Noun, and it is connected with of, of. So whatever word comes before of, that will be your collective noun. Is it clear? Next comes material noun. Material noun is what? A noun which stands for the matter or substance, any matter or substance out of which things are made. That is called material noun. So examples you can see like gold and silver, ornaments are made. Marble, flooring is done. Tiles are made. Steel, utensils are made. Furniture is also made. Cotton dresses are made. So they all are what? Matter or they are substance, and from them some one or the other thing is made. Examples you can easily find it out. Material now. Plastic is of much use. So plastic is here material. Cotton dress is cheap. Again material noun is cotton. Iron is very useful metal. So iron. Okay. Next comes your concrete and abstract nouns. So first thing you can see here, 5 senses are given. Pictures of 5 senses are given. Taste, feel, hear, smell and see. Now when you see the first letter of the word concrete, C. C means capital letter C, or even you can say see with your eyes. You can. This is a keyword. How will you remember? How will you differentiate between concrete noun and abstract noun? So concrete nouns are those something you can perceive, something which you can recognize, you can figure it out. So C, concrete means recognize with C, remember with letter C. Like if I take example of mango, you can taste mango, it is sweet or not. You can feel also, you can touch it, you can smell it, and you can taste it. But if I talk about danger, if I talk about fear, if I talk about a sadness, so you cannot do any of these things. You cannot taste your danger. You cannot hear your danger. You cannot smell. You cannot see also. It's only an idea which you have in your mind. So with AB, AB means absent, means 5 sense organs are not working on that. So they are abstract nouns. And C means you can see. So they are your concrete nouns. Is it clear? Next come compound nouns. So now when we talk about compound nouns, It is what? It is made up of two or more words which act as a single unit. Now, compound nouns are also of different kinds. So, first one you can see, picture is of a table and it's what? Coffee table, and the words are written, separate words are there, coffee table. Second is hyphenated words. Hyphen sign, you know, this is one dash, small dash, minus sign. It's like minus sign. So when you are using hyphenated words, they are also compound. Editor in chief. Editor is a person who edits, who makes correction in articles, newspapers, or any writing material. And chief is what? Head. So editor is one word, chief is one word, and all together we are using it as an hyphenated word. So it's becoming editor in chief. Third type is combined words. Battlefield, a place where battle is held. So three types: separate words, hyphenated words, and combined words. Next is very simple, singular and plural nouns. You know, refer to one thing are singular nouns. When anything refers to two or more things, that is your plural nouns. Like a baby, plural, babies. A puppy, puppies. A flower, flowers. Next is countable and uncountable noun. When you talk about countable and uncountable, from the word it's clear, things which we can count, persons which whom we can count, animals we can count. So whatever nouns which we can count, they are your countable nouns. Now nouns which you cannot count, they are uncountable nouns, and they do not have plural form. You never say breads. Give me breads. What do you say? Give me two pieces of bread or two slices of bread. Give me one packet of ice cream. Give me one packet of cheese. You can't say give me cheeses. Okay. So they do not have their plural form. Next, we put a or n before singular noun. As you have seen, a book or two books. But we do not use article a or then with uncountable nouns. So that's all about your nouns and kinds of nouns.